Hello. So it's been a while since I've done a video on YouTube. But Lucy Letby has been in the press again recently. So let's just recap. Letby was after, what was it, an 8-month trial, I think, in the end. Letby was convicted of murdering babies at the hospital where she worked in the neonatal unit, and she was also convicted for trying to kill, so attempted murder, of 6 other babies. Now, quite quickly after she was sentenced, so she was given whole life sentences, she lodged an appeal bid. Now, this does not mean, despite what the press was saying, that she was able to appeal. So she literally just lodged it. So there's a time limit in which you have to lodge an appeal. And recently the judge, a single judge in the Court of Appeal, looked at this to see whether she's got grounds to appeal. You can't just appeal because you don't like the sentence. You can't just appeal because you think the conviction is wrong. So if you are appealing against a conviction, so being found guilty, you have to prove that there was something wrong, fundamentally wrong about the trial. The jury may have been pressured, or there was some conflict of interests, or new and compelling evidence has been found, or evidence wasn't submitted and given in the trial. So there has to be a good reason for this. You can't just appeal. So you need what's called leave to appeal. That means permission to appeal. So a single judge has now refused. Court of Appeal judge said, no, you cannot appeal. So this means that Letby, she has one more chance. She is now entitled to a full court hearing. That's not a retrial, it's nothing like that. 3 judges on the 25th of April, that's when it's scheduled for currently, will look at her case to see whether she has grounds to appeal. So this is not an appeal, she's allowed to ask, can I please appeal? So they will say yes or no, you can appeal. If they say no, that is the end of it. She has no further opportunity to appeal. If they say yes, then they will set an appeal hearing for a later date. So the press, well, certain parts of the press, the right-wing tabloids, were getting very angry about taxpayers' money. But fundamentally, you have to remember, you have the right to a fair trial. Everybody has the right to be represented. If there was something wrong with the trial, then she absolutely should have the right to appeal. Equally, judges, they are very intelligent, very experienced, they are legal experts. And if they don't think she has grounds for appeal, they will say, no, Letby, there's nothing here, so that's it, you can't appeal. The other thing that, just as a sideline, is going on is that there is actually a retrial. Again, when the press report these things, they're not very clear. They go for like the clickbait, the sensationalist kind of articles. So what is happening with a retrial? This is for 1 count of attempted murder. So the jury couldn't reach a verdict on, I think it was actually more than one, but they couldn't reach a verdict on one of the charges. That means they couldn't decide whether she was guilty or not guilty. So the 12 of them, I think in the 11, in the end there were 11, the 12 of them couldn't come to a decision, and the prosecution submitted that they would like a retrial. So this will be 1 count of attempted murder with a new jury, and that is being heard in June. So I don't know how long that is scheduled to last. Clearly not as long as the original trial, because it's only 1 child that it involves, but that will also be quite interesting. So watch this space. There'll be another update hopefully at the end of April, and then again in June. But often trials are delayed, so keep an eye out, and let me know if you have any questions.